Okay, good afternoon again, everyone. We are excited to have you here. Mark, it's tough to follow the panel that we just heard with you and Nick, but we do have something exciting we want to share with you. And it picks up on your piece, Mark, about AI for good. So I have the honor to share with you that we have a new commission, an AI for Good Global Commission. And I want to just take a quick moment to explain why we are here. 16 years ago, it's hard to believe it was 16 years ago, the ITU and UNESCO launched the Broadband Commission. With a simple but ambitious idea, we brought together heads of state, industry leaders, international organizations, and other stakeholders to make the case that broadband was not simply a technology issue, but it was a development imperative. The Broadband Commission helped over 15 years to really transform global thinking about connectivity. It elevated broadband from an infrastructure issue to a cornerstone of economic and social development, mobilized governments and industry around universal access, and demonstrated the power of public-private cooperation. Its work helped to reshape the conversation around investment, around policy choices, last-mile connectivity, and the vital links between digital infrastructure, education, healthcare, and economic opportunity. And so today, we are building on that legacy. Artificial intelligence, as we've heard this morning and over the past 2 days, is rapidly becoming the defining technology of our time. And just as the Broadband Commission helped answer the defining question of the last decade, how do we connect everyone? This new commission is going to help answer the defining question of the next. How do we ensure that everyone can benefit from AI? Our ambition is not simply to advance AI adoption, it is to help ensure that AI expands opportunity, strengthens trust, and delivers meaningful benefits for people everywhere. And just like the Broadband Commission, no one organization, no single organization, no one sector can achieve that alone. And that's why this commission brings together an extraordinary group of leaders representing the whole AI ecosystem, governments, business, investors, international organizations, and civil society. And I must say, civil society has expressed great interest in this commission, and we're really excited about that. Together, this group is uniquely positioned not just to discuss the future of AI, but to help shape it through practical collaboration and collective action. And now, it's my greatest pleasure to invite our co-chairs to share their vision. And I would like to start with you, President Kagame. President Kagame, we have had the honor of having you as our co-chair of the Broadband Commission for the past 15 years. And actually, a little fun fact, President Kagame, the Broadband Commission was created in the middle of the World Cup. It was actually created the day of the World Cup finals on July 11th back in 2010. So the fact that we're launching this in the middle of another World Cup, we'll see who's going to win. Perhaps it'll be Spain again, like it was in 2010. But President Kagame, it was a really exciting time when broadband was becoming a development priority around the world. And so, Mr. President, thinking back, looking forward, tell us, what is this opportunity? What do you think this new commission can achieve?
First of all, thank you, Doreen, and I want to thank Mark as well for being part of this effort. But let me say, you were part of the Broadband Commission, and we're all happy to participate in that. And when we look back the 16 years, we found the Broadband Commission actually delivered results in a sense that every continent witnessed more connectivity, including, in fact, on the continent of Africa. In Africa, we saw a rise in connectivity and building on that to bring different services to the communities in every part of the continent. So this time around, I'm sure you are aware, as you said, 15 years with the Broadband Commission, when AI for Good, this global commission that you have established, and I thank both you and Mark for really being the force behind the creation of that, especially yourself. Involving me again for another lap of another commission had to take the effort of Mark and yourself to literally nudge me into it. I thought I need to take a break, but thank you, because this is a very good task we carry out for good, like the AI we are talking about. So I think it's a pleasure to be serving on this commission, and the new commission that has been well thought out is going to do hopefully even better, take us further from where the Broadband Commission delivered us. So, but I have to mention one thing. It is always going to have results in as far as we can bring the public sector and private sector together, where we know that neither of them alone, the public sector or private sector, would deliver what is expected for or by the global communities. So I'm happy to join you, and we shall use our experience we had with the Broadband Commission, where we saw more work done and the benefits accruing across the board.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. And I think your points also about the public and the private sector, and I think we've come up with a good construct with our founding commissioners. And Mark, perhaps I can turn to you at this point, and you were just also speaking about the importance of responsible AI. I remember when we started talking about this idea of a new commission, your energy, your enthusiasm, and so tell us, how do you think this commission can actually contribute to this dialogue about making sure AI benefits humanity?
Well, first, Doreen, let me thank you and also congratulate you on another excellent AI for Good conference. It was great to be here last year, and it's great to be here again. This is becoming an incredibly important forum for discussing the state of AI and the agentic revolution that is happening. 1 year ago, I had the opportunity to visit with President Kagame at his home in Rwanda, an incredible country, and his leadership is so evident what has happened, the growth, the stability, the success. But I also was able to congratulate him on his success that he has had in his broadband commission over 15 years. And I believe that's when you and I also began to have the discussion, could we have a commission on the AI for Good? I think in kind of my discussion that I tried to have a fire starter with Nick Thompson of The Atlantic, that opened up some of the ideas that maybe are not as appropriate that we heard in the keynotes from the excellencies. I think this idea that there are quite a few very important things to discuss right now in regards to this technology that are quite different from broadband and also quite different even from social media, because we are moving into a technology unlike anything that we've ever experienced before. And I think that President Kagame and I agree that it's critical that we must have a multi-stakeholder dialogue. Only through a multi-stakeholder dialogue are we going to get to the point that we can have some understanding of how to move things forward. This is not a regulatory body. This is not a rule-making body. This is a conversation. And I hope that it will be a conversation that helps to create a higher level of enlightenment of not only where we're going, but how we can go someplace that can be more for good. Remember, Doreen, technology is never good or bad. It's what we do with the technology that matters. And that has never been more true than in regards to this technology. When we look at AI, when we look at the agentic revolution, it's up to us how that technology is going to be handled.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And just to pick up, as you said, some of those points were raised in the keynotes, and I do want to also acknowledge two other members of the Commission, the President of Estonia, the President of Iceland, and thank you for those comments this morning. If I could also ask both of you perhaps a last question. Your views on leadership. What is your leadership vision for the Commission? President Kagame, would you like to go
Well,
first?
I think the leadership is already there, that you have already introduced. And the vision, in fact, is already there because we are drawing a lot of lessons from the Broadband Commission, and a lot of things, good things have been said. It's how we go about the business of this delivery process that will define where we are going, and later on, you have also been able to lay out the strategies of delivery of what is expected. So I think the main task is to deliver. The vision is there. You have already, it is very clear in those discussions you had with Mark, Doreen. I think it is clear where I want to be. We want to harness the good of AI, and so through industry, through policy making, and making sure that really we get the results, we show the results. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, how to go about it has already been explained.
Very well said. Let's harness that good, let's deliver, and let's have some results. Mark, from you.
Well, I think that what I am very excited about is that we have put together a really unusual group of people. Not only the excellencies, but also, of course, leaders from non-governmental organizations, governmental organizations, religious organizations, business, all aspects of civil society represented in this group. I'm sure that no group can be put together that would be totally comprehensive, but we've done our best to make sure that it is as inclusive as possible and that we can have many voices. And I hope that through these voices, through the transcripts of these meetings, through the dialogue and presentations that come out of it, it will be as impactful as President Kagame has been with his Broadband Commission over the last 15 years. And we will live in the next 15 years between now and as we get to this kind of, as we head to from the 2020s into the 2030s and the 2040s, we're going to see things in our lifetime that we've only seen in movies and science fiction. We'll be seeing it come to life in an incredible way. And as we want that to happen, we want it to come through with AI for good.
Thank you. Thank you, President Kagame. Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you.